to order. And the invocation will be said by Pastor Saldana, followed by the recital of the pledge and the
Our Father in heaven, we gather here tonight, Lord, to do your will. We know according to your word that all authority and all offices are established by you, including the Floresville City Council. We ask your blessings, Lord, because so many of us here tonight, you've given these people a good heart, and they want to make a good difference in this community. So we ask for peace, Lord. We ask that you guide this service, this meeting, that tonight your will be accomplished. In Jesus' name.
Amen. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Pastor Saldana. And I'm going to establish a quorum. Mr. Jimenez is here. Ms. Marissa Jimenez, Ms. Gloria, and myself, Mayor Pro Tem. So is there any citizens' comments at this time?
Good evening. My name is Linda Downs. I live at 1502 South 3rd Street here in Floresville. I am a citizen of the city, but I have no representation on this council. This council appears to only represent itself and possibly their own friends and relatives. They have denied the citizens of Floresville the right to vote for council members by canceling the election in November of this year and extending the terms of 3 of the council members without citizen approval and in direct opposition excuse me, to the Texas Election Code 41.0052, which says that all city elections should be held at the same time as county, state, and federal elections. This takes precedence over home rule city charters. In 2016, this was attempted by a previous councilman, and after being contacted by the Secretary of State and told it was illegal, he backed down. However, it would seem that you lack that good sense to heed the advice of the Secretary of State and the county attorney. You have apparently decided that you are above the laws of this state and can choose which ones to follow and which ones to ignore. In my opinion, you have a hidden agenda that you want to accomplish within the next 6 months and don't want anyone challenging that agenda. You have already sunk this city in deep debt and continue to employ a law firm that does not represent this city, but your own interest. The city has a salaried attorney who, if vetted properly in the selection process, should be able to easily defend this case under a contract at no additional cost. Another possibility is that you could be defended by an attorney from the Texas Municipal League risk pool at little to no additional cost if the TML deems the suit defensible under the terms of their membership contract. However, the agenda for tonight's special meeting suggests that you will instead reinitiate a law firm that has quietly stayed on the books to defend past litigation from a former councilman and has been getting paid in addition to the law firm established as a city attorney. This action will succeed in creating even more debt for the citizens of Floresville. It makes me wonder why you do not trust the city attorney to properly defend you if you have a legitimate defense. Or is the law firm you are considering a part of a quid pro quo agreement? Is that why you keep them on the books and are paying them even though they do nothing? Are you truly trying to destroy the city? Are you trying to take control of the elections to ensure that you are reelected by whatever means you can employ? Are any of you truly representing the citizens of this town? Or do you have your own agenda? It is my opinion that the latter is probably the case. In my eyes, you are as corrupt as they come. Not one of you deserves to be sitting in those seats, especially Jimenez, Cantu, and Ortiz, whose terms have legally expired and who are illegally trying to hold on to their positions because they know they could not win those seats again in a fair election.
If I may, counsel, because of board policy and council policy and decorum, you are not allowed, unfortunately, to comment and answer any of their concerns. You're not allowed to do that because that is something that has been put in place by previous council that still is on books and it still exists.
Okay,
Mayor,
thank you.
my question is that limited to 1 minute or 5 minutes?
At the very beginning, if I may just real quick, Mayor Pro Tem, if it is an item that's going to be voted on, but what we're using right now is my understanding is citizens' comments. My understanding is citizen comment is 5 minutes. However, if it is an item that is of topic that is on your agenda, it's limited to 1 minute as per your charter 3.10. Okay.
Another question, can they be saying that we're corrupt and saying all name callings and stuff? Is that?
Well, I'm hoping that if it gets out of hand, that is where your officer will come into play, Councilman. And I don't think that, I'm hoping that we're not going to
like that. And for a resident that live here and doesn't see the process, that's pretty unfair.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any more citizens' comments?
Good evening, City Council. This is very important because it pertains and it's a new law that went into effect September 1st.
Just real quick, ma'am, could you please identify yourself?
Oh, Joanne Yuhans. I'm sorry. And it's important that you be aware of it, especially about the question that was just asked. It's House Bill 2840. An article appeared in the Dallas Morning News on October 4th, 2019. The article is about House Bill 2840, which was passed by our Texas State Legislature on September 1st and introduced by Democrat Representative Terry Canales. Once you hear what this new law mandates, you will understand why it is so pertinent to this City Council as well as all government meetings. For the sake of brevity for comments, I have selected pertinent conditions of this law that apply to our City Council meetings and our democracy. Simply, the law went into effect on September 1st, requires all government meetings, City Council, county commissions, school boards, hospital districts, public colleges to open up their meetings to public comments in a much bigger way. Under the new law, a person can speak to a government body at the start of the meeting, at the end of the meeting, and most important, before a vote on every listed agenda item. This is huge if you want to talk on agenda items. If you wish to talk on multiple agenda items, you can just raise your hand. The government cannot stop you. Even better, the law makes it clear that governments can't block criticism by their constituents. That doesn't include name calling, but it does include criticism. What this really does is weaken the authoritarian style of government we now have, where constituents can speak but may not participate in an actual discussion. I encourage all of you currently seated on City Council, as well as the Floresville City Attorney and Secretary, to read Subchapter A, Chapter 551, Government Code as amended by Section 55107 of the 2019 legislative changes to the Open Meetings Act. I also encourage you on behalf of every citizen who now or in the future will be attending Floresville City Council meetings, that after each agenda item and prior to a vote taken, that citizen comment be called for as well as reflected in print on the agenda after each agenda item. Thank you.
And once again, council, you're not allowed to respond. However, your charter does speak specifically to that House bill under that chapter 310, which you were already allowing input from the citizens for 1 minute.
Okay, is there any more citizens' comments?
Mayor, Council, I'm Fred Gonzalez. I'm a resident of Floresville. That is, I pay city taxes and related costs to live here. I can vote in city elections. I can serve on the council. And I'm eligible for any office requiring city residency. More importantly, I'm directly impacted by city council decisions, actions taken or not taken by the city. As a result, I can rightfully speak on matters pertaining only to city residents. I strongly object to folks who are not residents of Floresville speaking on matters that should be within the purview of residents only, such as where and when Floresville hosts their elections. These folks should not be able to do it through this podium, but they cannot do it through the ballot box. As to the action in question, now I'm not sure, whether item 2B is, but I think it relates to the elections change. And I have this to say on that. I'm not sure whether or not it's helpful to our citizens to change from our November to May timeframe. But I feel sure that holding the city elections in the spring is a mandate in our city charter, Section 501. In fact, the previous move from spring to November is the one that appears to be the improper action. In my view, such a change could not be made without changing the charter. I don't think that happened. While some folks will have you believe that home rule affords only minimal autonomy, that's not so. On the contrary, home rule cities can pass any regulation or ordinance deemed necessary unless state law prohibits. That kind of autonomy can never be minimal. Bottom line, the city charter is effectively the constitution of the city. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any more citizens' comments? No?
And I'm sorry, again, Mayor, you cannot respond to that in council.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna do old business. Item A.
Point of order. I'd like to change it and do executive session now.
Okay.
And
Do I have a motion for that?
there has to be a motion on
I'll
that.
make a motion.
Do I have a second? A second. Okay, all in favor? Raise your right hand. All opposed? None? Majority? 4 to 0.
You'll have to make note of the time that the council.
5:14. Okay, so we're gonna go into executive session in accordance with Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Yes, ma'am, if you will, please.
The City Council of the City of Floresville may at any time during the meeting close the meeting and hold an executive session pursuant to the Texas Open Meeting Act, codified as Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, which permits closed meeting pursuant to Section 551.071 for purposes of consulting with its attorneys. Section 551.072, deliberating about real property. Section 551.073, deliberating about gifts and donations. Section 551.074, deliberating about personal matters. Section 551.076, deliberating about security devices. Section 551.084, regarding exclusive of witness from witnesses in connection with an investigation, section 551.086, deliberating, voting, and taking action as a power utility on a competitive matter, section 551.087, deliberating about economy development negotiations, section 551.088, deliberating about test items to discuss or deliberate any of the posted matters to be considered during the open meeting. If it does go into executive session, the city council may deliberate in executive session, then recover in open session, vote on the matter in open session, and announce it for the city council minutes.
Thank you. And we're going to go, can you read subsection A, please?
Okay. It says, pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consulting with attorney regarding case number CVW1900897, Cecilia Sissy Gonzalez Tito, in her official capacity of mayor of the city of Floresville, Nick Neeson, David Johns, and Paul W. Sack versus City of Floresville, Texas. Marissa, in her official capacity as City of Floresville Council Member, Place 1. Gloria E. Martinez, in her official capacity as City of Floresville Council Member, Place 2. Juan Ortiz, in his official capacity as City of Floresville Member, Place 3. Gerard Jimenez, in his official capacity as City of Floresville Council Member, Place 4. And Gloria Morales Cantu, in her official capacity as City of Floresville Council Member, Place 5. Monica Veliz, in her official capacity as City of Floresville City Secretary.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And the time again.
The time is 5:17.